In this video, we're going to cover how to work with shape tweening inside of Flash. It's a little different way to go, but you can do some pretty interesting things, and some kids have done some pretty creative things with it. But we're not, what we're going to try this semester, probably not too much that's going to be really sophisticated, but I'll give you a brief taste of it. So we're basically going to create a shape of some type. So I'll just make a rectangle here real fast. And what we're going to try to do is go down that timeline, make another keyframe, so we'll get another exact copy of that same rectangle. And then we've got a different type of tweening, one called a shape tween. So remember, we've been using classic tween and shape tweens and skipping past this motion tweening one. So we're going to use shape tweening on this one. And then the idea on that one, you should get a solid black arrow again, kind of leading those two keyframes together. And then basically all you'll end up doing is taking the white arrow or whatever way you want to do it. You can modify that shape. It's the same shape, but you can take it and modify it into a slightly different shape. And then as you scrub through it, you can see it'll modify the shape from one version of that shape to another. And you can change the shape completely. There's a lot of things you could do. You might get some surprising results on occasion. The math behind this one sometimes I think kind of freaks out. And if you make too big of a change, you might get some different looks. So this, so far it's working out just fine, modifying that shape. If I do, I know for sure, for a fact, if we cross it over, you're going to see some pretty unusual results. When we get from point A to point B, you notice it, it kind of freaks out. So there are some limitations to this, and there are some other side ways to work around this. But for our part, what we'll try to do is basically have you take one shape and modify it, modify that shape. I'm going to show you another layer I want you to make. I want you, and I'll hide this one for a second. I want you to, so we'll do this shape that changes shape basically. We'll take a shape, and I want to make a new keyframe over here. And what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to delete this shape, the second keyframe. So I have a blank keyframe now. And instead of being a rectangle, I'm going to put a completely different type of shape on there. And then I'm going to see what the computer can do to get from, in this case, to get from this rectangle to this circle. So we're going to classic tween, we're going to shape tween those two together. And here we go. Let's see what happens. Hit return and kind of see it took that first rectangle and kind of in an interesting way got to that second look. Oops, lost it. Oh. There we go. So that's basically the idea. You can use that to modify all kinds of shapes. So give it a little demo. It's a kind of good way to just add background, kind of excitement, make a star change shapes, or you can see some other examples for that. But I'll show you some things in class.